I wanted to chime in really quickly and say that how big of a monumental moment that was in the history of technology. I was talking to my wife about it the other day, and I'm laying in bed, and it sounds so stupid, but I'm sitting here looking at my phone, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, I was thinking back to when I was a kid, like when we had these dumb phones, right? I can look up anything, I can Google anything, I can contact anybody in the entire world, just like with Google alone. I mean, that makes it worth it. And it's so amazing to me what we can accomplish just with like a phone.
A little device.
Like, I think we take that for granted today, and I like to like stop and think about like
1,000%,
like how amazing that really is. You know?
And it's amazing, you know, and I'd seen that growing up in India. I'd seen how India had gone from no phones to cell phones, just skip the landlines completely.
Really?
600 million people had jumped on Nokia phones and Ericsson phones, right? As I was growing up. And I was like, man, these farmers can now access the weather and look at the stock market just on feature phones, right?
Yeah.
So when the smartphone came out, I was like, my gosh, like people do not need to go to work anymore. They can be doing everything on the iPads and iPhones.
Yeah.
You know? So.
And especially now you pair that up with like the work from home thing. Like, I've actually been working from my phone significantly more lately as compared to just actually cracking open my computer, just because everybody's got a mobile app these days, right?
Yeah. And they all, you know, kind of saw this evolution between computers, smartphones, and TVs, where they all started becoming the same device, really, right?
Yeah.
It's like you got all the same applications on your TV now, and they're all different, just sizes and the way that you use it. But yeah, I think it's, you know, it's really interesting to kind of think back to 2008. You know, I tell everyone that was the year I graduated high school. And so I kind of look at my life in two different parts in terms of technology. Is like graduation and post-graduation. And I think this is why we've seen such a big adoption of technology in oil and gas, is because now all these kids that graduated in 2008, like me, you know, they're 30 years old now, and they're taking senior level positions in these energy companies. And guess what? We've lived the majority of our adult life with an iPhone and the ability to have these seamless apps that you can do things. And then you come into the energy business, and it's like, why are we using this software that was, you know, developed in the early 2000s or late 90s? And that's been a huge catalyst for the adoption of technology in the energy space. I just, like you said, I think a lot of people take that for granted, you know, what we have with the iPhone. And it's just kind of, you know, it's cool to hear it, you know, from your perspective.